So, resilience is about being able to take a fall or experience a setback and be able to bounce back, be able to pivot and move on to the next thing. And it seems like some parts of life it's easy to be resilient, and in other areas it's not so easy. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Keisha, and on my channel I am sharing my sewing journey, the ups and the downs, the successes and the setbacks, all the things that I experience and I endure on the sewing journey. So today I am going to give you all quite a bit of an update on where I have been and this thing called resilience. So as you all know, I had been working on the Ogden Cami as part of my Make 5, my second make for this year. Needless to say, we are beyond the due date for the Ogden Cami, and the Ogden Cami is not done. It's not done. When I started this project, I was feeling great, I was feeling motivated, and I felt like it was going in a great direction. And I made a silly mistake, which is really user error. Nothing about this pattern is difficult at all. It's very easy. It's just something that I did that I realized well after the fact I should have done differently. I did do a toile for the Ogden Cami, and I think I have it on my table here somewhere. I don't even see it, but I did a toile, and the toile fit fine. I thought it was okay. I used a bed sheet that I thrifted from the local thrift store, and when I tried it on, I felt like the fit was perfect. I turned around and realized the back was way too low for me. I wanted to add more length to the back of the cami, and I did that. I will show you what I did. Give me a second. All right, so the Ogden Cami has a lining in it, so I'm super excited to do a lining for the first time. And I added a little bit to the back here. I only added about 1.5 inches, and I did some grading so that I could meet the strap at the top here. I did that on the back lining piece, and I did the same on the back piece of the cami. Okay, so I did that after I tried on the toile and realized, okay, perfect, I'm ready to go. So I go and start sewing the cami, and I realize my notches are off. The notches for the front lining and the notches for the front piece of the pattern was off. And guess why it was off? I did not add the 1.5 inches to the front pieces. And I thought, like, okay, let me just go ahead and not worry about the notches meeting, and maybe just doing the cami like this. So let me show you all. I used my fabric from the Joann's. I purchased this on the Black History Month a couple years ago. So I thought maybe I would just go ahead and finish out the cami, and you know, it had this uneven edge because I, instead of matching the notches, I just matched the top raw edges and just sewed it. So part of me was like, okay, just move forward with this make. Don't worry about the uneven edge here. But I just got like super discouraged. Super discouraged. Why was I so discouraged? Because I felt like I really wanted to do this pattern um, as instructed, as the directions say, with the modification. And I knew that if I continued making this pattern, that the lining was likely going to be off, and I just got really stuck. I got stuck. I got stuck not with the process so much, not with the instructions, but just like stuck in my mind and in my head. So much so that I did not come back to my sewing room to work on anything in sewing for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So where did I go from here? So I am going to start over. I'm going to start over. I am not going to be using this fabric that I wanted to use initially. I do have enough left over to start again, but I really do want to hold on and keep what I have left of this fabric, because I'm not going to be able to get it again, and I really would like to see myself use this for something else. I don't know what right now, but I do want to save it. So, and I was also reminded by one of my viewers or subscribers who told me that sometimes these fabrics here do fade over time. So I thought if I do a cami and this gets washed a lot, eventually it would lose its vibrancy and color, and it will start to fade, and I really don't want that. So I hate to say, but I am probably just going to go ahead and scrap this, like take the pieces apart and keep the bigger pieces of fabric and just hold on to what I have left. What I do to move forward, I am going to go ahead and add the 1.5 inches to both of the front pieces so that my notches will match up. And I am hoping that that will fix my problem. I'm also thinking that if I don't add the 1.5 inch to the top of the front, I could add it to the bottom of the front pattern piece. I'm just not sure of the best way to make sure that everything is even in terms of my pattern pieces. I'm just a little, I thought this was going to be a simple, addition or a simple modification, and it turns out that it's not as simple as I thought. I'm just a little concerned because I felt like the top of the front was fine. I didn't have to modify that any, but I don't know, maybe if I add the 1.5 inches to the bottom of the front pieces, it might help out. I don't know. So the other thing that got me somewhat stuck in this process was the fabric I used for my lining. So I used a bed sheet for the lining, and this would be the wearable garment. I used a bed sheet, and I didn't really like how it sewed. I felt like it was just too thin. So I don't think I am going to be using this bed sheet any longer to finish out the cami. Well, for one, because the notches are off and the sizing I think is going to be thrown off. But I just didn't like how it was sewing. I felt like, and it could have just been maybe my needle settings or my machine settings. I don't know, but it was really thin, and I didn't like how the lining was it just was looking sloppy. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So what I am going to do is I'm going to be using this rayon challis that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to be using this now, this green fabric, and I'm going to use a white rayon fabric for the lining. I like the fact that as I am learning to sew, I am starting to realize what types of fabrics I like best and what I like to sew with. And I do believe that whenever I am using a lining or am using something that requires a thinner, well, no, just a lining period. I will likely be using a lightweight rayon or a rayon challis because I feel like it gives me a lot more stability and it's like just thin enough. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, and it's just like a medium to lightweight fabric. So I do like using this kind of fabric. I used it before when I first started sewing. I did my very first Sew It Academy outfit, top and skirt, using a rayon fabric that I purchased from, I think, LA Finch some years ago. And I remember when I did that, I really enjoyed using the rayon. So I think I am going to be using rayon a lot more when it's time to have linings in my fabric. So I'm going to be washing these and working on these fabrics in lieu of the African American celebration fabric. So as I think about resilience in my sewing journey and my process of sewing, I have to remind myself that in order for me to maintain my resilience, I need to pursue purpose over perfection. And I need to think about why I'm doing what I'm doing and what do I hope to achieve and accomplish, right, in what I am doing. And if I keep that in the forefront of my mind, I won't be so stuck on the imperfections that come along the journey. And the reason why I sew is because I like clothes. I love the construction of garments. I do love fashion. And I just like being able to come to my room and experience this form of therapy. And it really does help me be a little bit more creative in what I'm doing. Yes, I'm using patterns, but I'm able to use my own garments. I'm able to, as I'm thinking about things to make, think outside the box a little bit. Um, I have so many ideas in my head and things I want to make that I have not done yet, but the creativity is there. It's all in here. And I am just trusting that there will be a day where I will be able to hammer out, several pieces of garments in a week, and do nice gifts for family and friends in abundance. But I'm not there yet. But my purpose in this is really to have a space for creativity, a space where I'm able to have a peace of mind, although this did not give me just that, but that is the purpose. And I have accepted the fact that this journey does mean that, I am going to have challenges. I am going to have setbacks as I'm learning and growing in this. And I just have to be okay with that. I gotta be okay with that. I gotta be able to experience the challenge, the setback, step away for maybe a day or two, but no longer than that. Come back, refreshed, refueled, and think about my purpose and why I'm sewing what I'm sewing, right? So if I'm doing a cami, for instance, why am I sewing this particular cami? What is my purpose in doing this? What is the outcome I want in sewing this cami? So if I'm able to keep that in my mind, I'm not going to concentrate so much on the imperfections that come along the way. And I do hope that makes sense. Yeah, so that is where I am, guys. I am going to work again on the Ogden cami. I am going to begin my work on the vintage pattern by Simplicity. The pants have been done. I've done the pants a while ago, a couple weeks ago. And oh, hold Hold on, guys. I see a little spider on my wall. Be right back. Yeah, okay. Got him real quick. All right, so yeah, where was I? I'm gonna do the Ogden cami, work on the jacket. I finished the pants some time ago. And I've got some other little things in here I wanna work on too. I bought my daughter a skirt and top from H&M sometime around Easter, and you all already know she's really slim and I've gotta take that waistline in for her, so I'm gonna work on that. And I also have been thinking about some bags I want to do, and I also want to do a fabric basket. In my office, I have a space on my desk where I'm just like keeping everything kind of like in a little in a little cluster, and I want to just create like a fabric basket, something festive and something that I would like seeing in my office you know, every day. So I will probably be working on that at some point in the future as well. So that's what I've got going on right now, and I hope that you all have been doing well over these last couple of weeks. Sorry I haven't really been here, but I already explained to you why. But I do feel like I am back. I'm ready to get my sojo grooving again, and let me know how you guys are doing. What are your overall thoughts about resilience, and what are some things that you do in your personal life to help you build your resilience and keep you moving forward and not stuck and experiencing a setback? And yes, if you enjoy this content, I do hope that you would consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Click the bell, that way you get all the notifications, and then take some time and do some binge watching. I've got quite a few videos on my channel where I'm sharing my sewing journey. I'm really from like day one pretty much. So yeah, I would love for you to join my channel and join this community where you can share, you know, your love for sewing or crafting or DIY or fashion, whatever it is that you're into. And thank you for watching. Take care and God bless.